another inside edition of Heather's Greenhouse. So we actually have rain, which is phenomenal, but it is downpouring outside, so I can't go outside to do this video, and I apologize for that. But let's talk about what you can plant in August. So as you know, I'm in Zone 8. I'm in the Midlands of South Carolina, and the things that I can grow in August are a lot, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff we could grow. We have a long growing season, so continue your succession planting. You can direct sow these outside today. So a couple of things you can sow outside directly today or in August are beets, carrots, radishes, turnips, lettuce. And I can say lettuce probably needs partial shade, or at least sun in the morning and shade in the afternoon. Lettuce will still bolt once we get the heat wave back, and it's coming. Yeah, we're gonna have a miserable August, probably like every other August in South Carolina. So don't think that, okay, well, it's cool right now. It's got I think a high today of 83, which feels so good. But like I said, it's raining, which is really nice. We needed the water, so I'm not complaining. But things that bolt quickly in the heat, such as lettuce and even spinach, put those in some partial shade, and then that's going to keep you harvesting longer. You can also look for slow bolt, particularly with some different herbs. You can get slow bolt herbs. Where have I found slow bolt? I think I found it at Botanical Interest. I think I found them at Baker Creek. In my gardener, I think, has some. Southeast Seed Exchange, I know they have some. Just look around. There are several different seed companies online that have slow bolt varieties. Another thing you can plant in August in Zone 8 is mustard greens. There are a lot of different mustard varieties, and they can all be planted now. Kale, and kale, by the way, will handle your first frost. So go ahead and get that in the ground. Swiss chard. Swiss chard can actually be perennial for me. Bush beans. Now let me say, if you're going to grow bush beans, do it early in August and make sure you get a variety that's, 55 to 60 days, because you got to have enough time for that bush bean to be able to mature, grow, and then give you some beans. Peas. You can grow sweet peas and different things like that mid to late August for a fall crop. So peas you can get started now, and they don't mind a little bit of cool, so they'll be fine. Transplant outdoors. So these are things that you're going to start inside, and then you're going to transplant outside. So broccoli. Start those inside and then transplant them out into your garden. Brussels sprouts. You can transplant those outside right now. So hopefully you are already ahead of the game and you had already started your broccoli and your Brussels sprouts, and they're going to be ready to transplant outside. Other things that you can start now to transplant outside as soon as they have some size to them is cabbage and cauliflower. Cauliflower and broccoli, heading, lettuce, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. You really need to start them in August if you're going to be able to enjoy them for Thanksgiving dinner, for example. All right, so let's talk about herbs. So herbs are great, and you can still plant them. Cilantro. Cilantro does not like the heat. I only grow cilantro in the spring and the fall. Parsley. So I've got parsley out there right now. It's looking a little rough for wear. It's bolted. It's got flowers on it. So, I can put some parsley seeds out. And I would just direct seed the parsley, the cilantro. Another thing you can do right now is dill and also chives. So those are some herbs you can plant now. So let's talk about flowers if you want to have fall and winter interest. So some things you can start now: pansies, violas, snapdragons, calendula, and sweet alyssum. Now, if you don't have seeds, like some of these I have seeds for where I've grown them myself and I've collected my own seed, but I think sweet alyssum I don't have seeds for, but I know that I can find them, honestly, for 25 cents at our local Dollar Tree. Seeds are seeds. I don't get hung up on where I buy them from. I don't have to buy everything from one particular distributor. Dollar Tree seeds are fine. I've used them and grown them for years and hadn't had any problems. So if you need to find seeds that you can't find somewhere else, or you don't want to pay a lot, Dollar Tree, I've used Dollar Tree seeds quite a bit. So a couple of tips for success. Cool season veggies appreciate the afternoon shade, especially in early August. It's just too hot for them still. So let them get some sun in the morning and afternoon shade. Keep seedlings and seeds well watered. I mean, I wouldn't have to worry about that today with all the rain, but August is typically hot and dry. Use shade cloth, especially if you succession plant your cucumbers and your tomatoes. Right now, if it's hot and the heat is just bearing down on them, a little shade cloth can go a long way. And my final recommendation and tip for you in August is start succession sowing every 1 to 2 weeks for greens and root vegetable crops. I'm a huge succession sower. I love, especially my sunflowers. I will go put 2-3 sunflower seeds out every week. And it just gives you the ability to have beauty and food in your garden without a lot of effort. So until next time, happy gardening.